What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Anti-Gravity Room. It's time for this week's news run. We have a few items on the list this week. It's kind of a slow week, but what are you going to do? First up on the list, Furious 7 comes out this week, this Friday.
Can't fucking wait.
So it's safe to say you're excited about it.
Oh, very much so. If you watch the Fast and Furious series, like, you know just as well as I do, like, how good this franchise is and how exciting it is to see this movie. I mean, losing Paul Walker, absolutely devastating. I mean, when I first got the news, I was out in the smoke area for work, and I think it was actually you that texted me, and I was just like, oh, man, I actually started tearing up. Like,
was it during the shooting of the movie? No, ironically enough. That sucks, though. Who is your favorite of the Furious 7, like the current cast? Who's alive? Who is your favorite?
It was Paul Walker.
Really?
It really was. It was that I don't care / cocky attitude to him. Like, he just didn't give a shit. Like,
as long as
that
Tyrese
first
die.
race with Vin Diesel where he gets out of the car and he's just loud. It's like, I almost had you. He's like, what are you smiling for? Like,
yeah, that's why I don't like Paul. Well, I do like Paul Walker. That's why I don't like that character, I find. Have you ever seen Running Scared? You want to watch a good Paul Walker movie? Watch Running Scared. That movie, Paul Walker's pretty fucking hard. But I hope Tyrese has a big part in this movie. I love Tyrese.
I think he does.
I love Tyrese.
And
Luda. Oh, man.
They were actually showing him. They showed this spoiler kind of thing where they're doing the party scene at one of the towers, and like he was like really involved in that video. So I think he is gonna have a big part.
Cool.
Another thing I gotta add about this: if you have not seen Fast and the Furious and you think it's just some dull fucking racing movie, get your head out of your ass.
It's not like the epitome of cinema.
No.
But it is an entertaining franchise.
The character development in the series, like everything about the storyline is so fantastic. If you haven't watched it, just go get the DVDs. They're probably at Walmart now in a box set.
There's actually a special on PlayStation Network. $20, you get all the films down.
There you go. It's worth your time. It's worth your $20. Get it. Watch it. Love it.
Yeah. There's actually a video up on IGN now. You can watch Michelle Rodriguez play Mario Kart. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. So that's it for Fast and Furious. Comes out on Friday. Go see it. We're going to go see it. We'll probably have something on the news run about it, like a little follow-up just to see if it's good or not. Who knows?
It's good.
Anyway, going back to a video we did a while back where we were talking about Marvel acquiring the rights to Spider-Man.
I think that was our first video.
I suggested that Miles Morales might actually take up the mantle of the permanent Spider-Man, especially in the movie. Maybe they might go that direction. And people were outraged by this. Like, no, that's never going to happen. But I mean, starting next month, after the Secret Wars ends their event or whatever for Marvel, I guess not next month, but when it ends, Miles Morales is officially a permanent Avenger. He's like permanently in the main continuity as the Spider-Man role in the Avengers. So that's big news, because Peter Parker's kind of getting sidelined in favor of Miles Morales. Like I said, people are fans of Miles Morales, so I could really see it happening.
Yeah, I'm still a fan of Peter Parker.
That way there's no reason to have the confusion of a reboot. You just boom right in there. And that way you can't steal the show.
Where are you, Andrew Garfield? Where are you?
I don't care about Andrew Garfield. I want Toby back anyway. But that's not the point. I just want to say that Miles Morales is still a possibility within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Do not count him out. He's taken over the comic book realm. He's taken over everything. 12-year-old Spider-Man.
Not happening.
Taking the shit out of everybody. Another announcement in the world of fighting games. Predator. Playable character in Mortal Kombat X. What do you think?
It's a cool idea. It really is. I'm curious if they're going to throw Alien in there too. I mean, the whole thing is blood, guts, gore, and I mean, like, that's like one of the biggest matchups you have. I'm still disappointed we haven't heard anything about Spawn. But Predator, I think...
It's funny, I was watching a video the other day and some people were talking about Spawn like we were, and they were like, who gives a fuck about Spawn? Like, why do we need Spawn again? Like, that was like, seemed to be like something that they really were disappointed in. So it's kind of funny that you're...
I want to see Spawn in that game so bad. That would be such a fantastic addition. Like,
I'm curious to see if Freddy Krueger's going to be in it. Or if they're just going to have Freddy in the last one, Jason in this one. Because I'd like to have the Freddy versus Jason. If I am going to get extra characters that aren't Mortal Kombat, I'd like to do that matchup.
that's the thing. Like I said, even back to like the Alien Predator thing. Like, you want to have that classic matchup.
I wonder if they maybe do it like exclusive though. Like, kind of fuck you in the end. Like, Predator on one console and like Alien on another console. Kind of like Soul Calibur with like Yoda on one and Darth Vader on the other. And yeah. Another character they revealed, which was actually... put up by fan petition, was Tremor. Made his way into the game. He's an old Mortal Kombat character that really had fan appeal. Unless you played the later Mortal Kombat games, you really don't know too much about Tremor. He's an interesting character. But Predator's now in it. Jason Voorhees. Some weird stuff. Liu Kang got confirmed as well as Kung Lao, against our speculation. But it is going a kind of a weird route because it's evil Liu Kang and evil Kung Lao, and they have a lot of different movesets. So that'll be interesting to have a new take on characters that you might already be a fan of. There's also a way to address broken characters like Kung Lao.
Yeah. Fastest kid alive.
He's the fastest kid alive.
Oh my god.
So I look forward to the coming announcements for Mortal Kombat X out in 2 weeks from today.
420, can't wait.
It's actually April 14th.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. But we're going to do a 420 special for Mortal Kombat X, for sure. Absolutely. Bloodborne. Next on the list.
Go ahead.
I have mixed feelings about Bloodborne. We've been playing it a little bit this week, most of the people here at AGR, and I like it. I don't not like it. I never played Souls games before. When I played them, it felt like I was playing a really good-looking PlayStation 1 game. Like, the controls were just so clunky and unappealing to me that I found it very difficult to just get immersed in the game. I became very impatient with it. That's a game you have to be patient with. So the whole mix just didn't sit well with me. So I saw Bloodborne, you can dash, you can somersault, the controls look a little bit more fluid. So I decided to dip my toes into it, and I like it so far. There's a couple major game flaws to it. Like, it's a great game. It's got lots of exploration, deep environments, cool enemies, cool bosses. Like, everything about it is really interesting. The style of the game, the mood. I have two major problems with the game. One so far is I've beaten 4 bosses now. The videos are up for those. You can check those out as well. I'll leave a link in the description. But I made it onto random dungeons, and it seems like the areas are all the same. Like, I didn't play a lot of Dark Souls, but I watched a lot of Dark Souls being played, and it seemed like the environments were a little bit more varied, with like a sea area, and a winter area, and, fire area, and such and such. So, like, you've seen it. It's bland looking.
Honestly, I didn't play it one bit, but I watched you and Alex just play a shit ton of it, and my first impression of seeing it, the combat system looks way too easy. Like, it doesn't seem like it's that
It's all about timing and patience.
No, I get that, but I mean, at the same time, it just seems really dull.
It's not. It makes, like, games like Devil May Cry seem like they have a complicated...
That's what I've been comparing it to, though, and I mean, like...
It's definitely not that. My other major design flaw in the game is the lack of checkpoints or where the checkpoints are placed, because you end up doing the same run of enemies over and over and over and over again just to get to a boss that you'll probably lose to about 5 or 6 times, and then you end up playing that same run of enemies 6 or 7 times through, and it's almost not really a sense of accomplishment when you finish it, so much as it is like, oh, thank God that chore is over, like, I don't have to ever do that again. And that's not really a good feeling you want in a game. So, it is a good game, don't get me wrong. I like it a lot. It is interesting. It's got lots of little hidden nooks and crannies, which is cool. But at the same time, it leaves like a sour aftertaste in your mouth that kind of pisses you off. And I don't know if that's necessarily good in a game. They say that's part of the appeal, but maybe not to me. Most review sites have been giving it like 9.0s, and I mean, there's really no point in giving a number scale, but it's a good game. It's like a B student. It's average to me. It's pretty good. It's not great. It's not bad though, by any means. But that's so far it's my first impressions of Bloodborne. I might have to give it a little bit more time. You might have to dip your toes into it to actually have a real.
I'll try it, but
opinion.
I mean, I just don't see the appeal to it whatsoever. Some kids just love being beaten down. I don't know.
They love the abuse. If you guys also love the abuse, let us know in the comments below. Let us know if you like Bloodborne, if we're totally wrong, if it gets better at a certain point that we have to hit, let us know in the comments below, and check out the other videos. Next on the list, new James Bond trailer, Spectre.
Let's go!
Bo, why don't you give me your thoughts on the current James Bond, Daniel Craig, and what you hope to see in this movie?
Daniel Craig is just so hot right now. Zoolander 2's coming out, actually.
Hansel's so hot right now.
I love this little... It's a reboot. Quantum of Solace wasn't that great. But I mean, like, Casino Royale was just absolutely fantastic. I love what they're doing with it. There's this... It's building up, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, each film seems like it's building up to something. And I'm wondering when it's all just going to come crashing down. It's just going to be this epic fucking movie. And I mean, I have every single James Bond film on VHS, on DVD. I love this franchise. I fucking love James Bond. And I love what they're doing with this.
Do you think Daniel Craig is up there with the best James Bonds? Top 3? He's in my top 3.
He's not in my top 3.
He's not in your top 3?
He is not in my top 3. He maybe gets 4th or 5th.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, but Sean Connery does.
So Spectre is not really that exciting to you as a James Bond fan?
Oh, it absolutely is. It's new James Bond,
okay.
but I mean, like, there's just too many previous
Going back to the
actors
trailer, who do you think the council people are? Do you think that's like Her Majesty's Secret Service? Like, do you think that's like the Council of Secret Service people?
It seems so secretive, I don't even know.
The Illuminati? The British Illuminati, perhaps?
I mean, there's always been talk about them, even in, like, the previous films, like, back in the day, but I mean, like, it's always, like you say, a conspiracy. I mean...
It's gonna be interesting.
Even Casino Royale, where, I mean, you got to see Bond's actual, like, love life and what's happened to him before MI6. I mean, we're finally seeing that. We're finally understanding what happened. I mean, we're just gonna have to wait and see.
They didn't really show too much in the trailer, so maybe they'll put it in another one.
I love that quote, though. I knew death was going to have a familiar face, but I did not expect it to be you. I don't know why I love that quote so much.
What do you think he's talking about?
I don't know, but I love the quote.
Heroes miniseries. Not really big news. I mean, we haven't been really excited about it since we heard that none of the original cast are coming back for it, so, like, I mean, it's not really a big deal.
But now we got Hero!
But now we got Hero. He wants a Nissan Versa. They announced that he's going to be a character within the show, so I imagine then it's going to be something to do with him time traveling to help these people or whatever it is, or...
Can he still time travel? I forget.
Well, even if he teleport, whatever the case is, he's going to be zipping around probably, and that's how he runs into this new cast of people, and he'll be like a supporting character. I don't imagine he'll be a main character. I imagine he'll be more like a returning side character.
I forget, though, in the end, though, didn't he need Anzo to supercharge him to be able to time travel still? Like, 'cause remember he started...
Well, I imagine Anzo will be in the show, too, if Hero's in it, because they're kind of Batman and Robin.
Exactly.
And I like Ando a lot. I think people like Ando.
Yeah.
So... I'm sure he'll be in it. I mean, that's why he got powers written into him in the first place. Fan demand. So I'm sure he'll be in it. So that's just a little bit of news there if you're a Heroes fan. Actual Hero in the show. A little bit. We have no idea how much. My speculation, like I said, side character, returning side character. But that's that. Another little reveal this week was the Deadpool costume.
It looks really slick.
It looks like Deadpool should look.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like they listened to the fans. They complained about the last Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. They're like, let's do it right.
Do we even want to call that Deadpool? Do we?
I don't know.
That movie was a piece of shit.
That movie was shitty. That movie was bad. I did like the guy who played Sabretooth. I can't remember the actor's name offhand right now.
I wouldn't know even if you told me.
But I like the Sabretooth rendition.
They did get fantastic actors, obviously,
I mean,
with Hugh Jackman and...
Sabretooth isn't like... animal, like feral. Like he can speak.
Yeah.
He's like evil. He's not like retarded. Like he seemed to be portrayed in the first movie, so that's why I kind of.
Well, I mean, it was kind of how he was portrayed though in the animated series, though, too, right?
No, that's the thing. In the animated series, he'd have like long, like monologue speeches before he'd be like, "Ah, now I'm gonna rip your head off." That's what I want. I want a monologue first. That's all. But the Deadpool costume, it also looks like slick in the sense that it'd be easy to CG it fluently.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look too complicated, so that's good for them. Another big gaming news thing, haven't got my hands on it yet, but I'm trying, is Halo Online was released in Russia. Here's the interesting thing about it. It combines all of the first 3 Halos, so it has the best maps from all the different Halos, and it's essentially like a PvP only MMO with like a HUD, or a hub, like a world hub, but it has like weapon stats and like perks, and you increase through experience and level up weapons and upgrade them and this and that. And you get different ones unlocked depending on how you perform and so on and so forth. So it's like an RPG element added to like a shooter. Now what's neat about this as opposed to the Master Chief Collection, which just came out, is the Master Chief Collection, you can only play one of the different Halo games selectable, as you know. Like, if you want to play the Halo 1 maps, you have to put in the Halo 1 version. And if you want to play the Halo 2 maps, there's no way to, like, mix the playlist to one style of game. Like, one game mechanics of one game to all the different maps. So this is kind of neat. And it's also, like, more along the lines of what I imagine Halo players would want, rather than what the Master Chief Collection gave them, which was, like, separate but equal. This is kind of diversity, multiculturalism in the Halo map world, and it's free.
Just gonna throw this out here now. People are gonna bash me.
Sure. Oh, you don't like Halo now either? You don't like Bloodborne? You don't like Halo? What the fuck do you like?
Pokemon.
Oh, Christ.
I don't rip on anybody who enjoys the game. Like, I understand it's a great game. I'm just not a first-person shooter guy.
The first Halo was a great game.
The only first-person shooter I've ever played and absolutely loved was GoldenEye. That's it. That's all.
Don't even talk anymore.
That's what I said.
My favorite game of all time is a first-person shooter. It's weird. I'm a platforming guy mostly. But anyway, so that's a little bit of interesting news on the Halo front. I'm trying to get a key to it now so I can play it. It's a little bit more complicated than just changing your proxy. But if you guys are able to get your hands on Halo Online and you like it, tell me about it. Tell me how I can get it. That would be fantastic. And let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Like, I definitely want to experience the Halo Online. I'm working on it currently. And the last bit of news for the day, again, it only really matters if you're Canadian. I know we have a lot of listeners in Germany and the UK and whatnot. But if you're in Canada, it's devastating. Not to me, but to some people. Is Future Shop. Oh, don't cry, Bo. Don't cry. It's okay. Future Shop is closed down abruptly overnight. Boom, boom. Wham, bam. Thank you, man. Sign on the door. 500 full-time workers, 1,000 part-time workers. All gone. Laid off.
It's fucked up. It really is fucked up.
They didn't even, a lot of them, apparently, if they weren't there the day before, they had no idea it was their last shift when they went in that morning to, and the store was abruptly closed. Cleared out, by the way, too.
I really don't understand it. I mean, I'm from Niagara Falls myself, and we've had the one Future Shop located at the Niagara Square. And I cannot tell you how many times I've been in that store, how many times I've spent thousands of dollars in that store. The customer service was always fantastic.
Oof.
No, man, you compare Future Shop to The Source?
Yeah, compare it to Best Buy, who's their parent company, and really absorbed Future Shop.
Yeah,
I prefer
but
Best
that's
Buy.
the thing, regardless. I don't have a Niagara Falls location, even if I don't care if Future Shop in Niagara Falls.
Apparently they're converting many of them.
Yeah, but even on the Niagara Falls, the closest one is fucking on the other side of St. Catharines in a different city. Like,
yeah,
it's absolutely bullshit. Fuck you, Walmart. Fuck you.
It's not so much Walmart. we have a low exchange rate right now. A lot of retailers in Canada are closing. Target, Sears, Future Shop. And the problem is a lot of them are like Future Shop's owned by an American company. It's owned by Best Buy. So having a Canadian outfitter really doesn't benefit them because they're having to pay these harsh exchange rates to pay Canadian prices when they can just bring their own American products in and just, you know, manipulate the prices how they see fit and not have to pay the extra exchange. But it is a sad day.
It's just one more store gone.
It's one more store gone. I expect to see a lot more closures of stores in Canada lately. We're also going to have a games price hike to $74.99 this year for brand new games. So it is a dark time in Canada right now. We are hurting. We are hurting for a squirtin'.
So help me God, if the price of maple syrup goes up,
And
I'm going
the
fucking
squirtin'
mental.
is we need money. So Future Shop's done. That's a little bit of sad news. So if you need your games, don't go to EB Games. Go anywhere else, I guess. But Future Shop or EB Games. The day EB Games closes, it'll be a great day in gaming history for all of us. You'll see. But anyway, that is it for the news run this week. It was a kind of a light week. Not so super exciting news, but what are you going to do? On the bright side, Axiom Verge comes out today, this morning. And I'm going to have a video up for it later on. It's fantastic. I love Axiom Verge. Great soundtrack. But that's it for the news run this week. You are here with
Big Old Bo
and Jiffy Pop. And make sure to like,
share,
and subscribe. Don't forget to bring a towel. Good night, kids.